Every man and every woman is unique. We all have a story. Hardship, failures, success, joy, and dreams. Speak up, America.
How's it going, guys? Today we're meeting with Jed. He's a rancher, daddy, musician. Lives a bit of a chaotic life. We're going to enter into it today and have a little fun. Let's do this.
I was one of the chosen few to be born in Arizona. Call it a blessing, call it a curse on me, and just don't know. I've been all around the world, I've traveled far and wide. Something always brings me back, it's something deep inside. Living in the mountains high above, something that gets deep inside your blood. Rough and tough and hard and wild and free. Arizona, man, is a different kind of breed. Cut between a time being young and old. Wisdom that she's gained is worth more than gold. She gets dolled up, her looks knock you out. If you listen up a minute, then I'll tell you what she's all about. She lets down her hair, puts on a skirt and boots. She don't care about the gray in her roots. Won't come home till she fills her plan. There's a cougar.
What's happening?
Oh, yeah, chemical before my show type thing, like scrambling at the last minute trying to get stuff ready.
Sure exactly the proper chemicals to be using on it. I just have dish soap and
Trial and error
right now. Try not to get too much on the electrical parts back here, or even like rotate a knob or something, because a lot of my equipment, I learned how to use it when I first got it, and then, you know, who knows where the owner's manual is now. If I flip a switch the wrong way, there's no telling if I'll figure it out. From the start, I guess, I grew up on this cattle ranch surrounding Sedona, my grandpa's place and his brother. And I gave up a full academic scholarship to the University of Arizona, or any in-state college, to go to work for the family. Grandpa passed away, and my song Poor Rich People pretty much sums that one up. Family put up for sale, I quit, and found myself a single father of two, but vowed to raise the kids the same way I was raised, where I wasn't at a babysitter. I was either with mom or dad the whole time. So just kind of plinked around, cut a lot of firewood, maybe sometimes as a wood cutter, fence builder, post cutter. I caught water dogs, which is fishing bait, which the Arizona Game and Fish has tried to kind of make illegal here in the state. Maybe had to do some sneaky things every now and then to make a living and keep my kids with me. But I enrolled in Musicians Institute to study vocal technique and get a associate's degree, I guess, in vocal performance. And that was kind of my backup plan, really. Like, the plan was to go out there and get famous. I thought, I mean, Western looking cowboy guy like me walking the streets of Hollywood ought to get famous overnight.
Of course.
Stayed out there about 4 months.
You'll find it where there's calloused hands and grit beyond belief. Love and trust, manners a must, things that don't come cheap. Gratitude, vengeance, and due place you'll find it all. were great to me. I hope it was worth your soul. You poor rich people must know you all will go. I wrote that song shortly after I decided to quit the ranch, or maybe after I had and I found myself working in the construction field. It was, you know, kind of out of aggression towards my family and their greedy decision to sell the place that meant a lot to me and my brother who were working it. My father said one time as I was singing it around the campfire down in Benson, Arizona on a whitetail hunt, he's like, "Man, that song's pretty judgmental." I'm like, well, it is what
Meant
it
to
is.
be. Gets the message
Doing
across.
much. Yeah. And some of these fruit trees I was planting was gonna, you know, kind of be in the canopy, under that canopy of this. So I lopped her down the other day. I'm sure I didn't kill it, but at least it's gonna stop spreading beans all over my pasture. Look at that, just the slash pile from this tree. And you can see all the rows of mesquites that I've started to dig out here. Dig them out and I try to push them off to the side in a line so that I have, you know, kind of consolidated where I can burn them. This is the pasture that floods when the creek floods. I put that in like 2 years ago for me and my wife's wedding. We have the best wedding venue, you know, probably in the whole state, especially this time of year. We got married in October and the leaves were not quite as brown now. You get so many variances of colors here with the sycamores and the ashes and there's some oaks.
Were you the engineer of the treehouse?
Oh yeah, that is a legitimate full size. The room is 8 by 8 inside, and the lumber, the homemade little trusses or whatever you'd call the floor joists. I took all the trusses out of an old hog farm building in Snowflake and saved that lumber here for a couple years, had it all stacked up to use to build our house out of, which we wound up not using them. But I used them for chicken coop fences, picket fences, and then finally used them for the forms for this slab for this shop. And then I was like, you know what, I can get one more use out of them instead of throwing them in the trash. Let's build a tree house. So
Perfect.
looking back, guess I was naive, thinking one man's love was all too hard to leave. Who's to blame for or I? Nothing to blame. Bumped into him here.
Jed, how long have you guys been playing together?
Man, what? 2 years probably at least. We don't play that often. My fault. But met through a different band member actually that Andy played with, this drummer all the time, I think, and needed a bass player. Andy showed up one day and I'm like, okay, that's it. I'm gonna throw everybody else's phone number away.
Are you guys primarily just a two-piece band?
Anymore, yeah. I mean, after being in LA and playing with the best of the best and then coming back here, just haven't found people that have the dedication or talent that I got used to besides Andy here. So, and it's just so, I mean, you see how much hell I'm having just trying to man the PA for the two of us. A place like this doesn't pay the bills to bring a sound guy and everybody else, you know, on board. So it's nice. He plays so much percussion on that upright bass that I think most of the time it's all you need.
Play the Cougar song. This is kind of a favorite here locally. My name is Jed Morrison. For all you folks that just sat down here at the reserve table, this is my friend Andy C. This is one of my old songs right here called the Cougar Song. Caught between a time being young and old. Wisdom that she's gained is worth more than gold. She gets dolled up, her looks knock you out. If you listen up a minute, then I'll tell you what she's all about. She lets down her hair, puts on a skirt and boots. She don't care about the gray in her roots. Won't come home till she fulfills her plan. There's a cougar chasing cowboys and she's looking to make a man. So hey cowboy. I did manage to record an album with John Schreffler, who is currently Shooter Jennings' guitar player, and I'm sure he does some production with him also. It was great. Really all it took was me moving away for everyone back in Arizona to think that I was world famous, I guess. When you look on your Facebook and it says lives in Hollywood, California, they figure you're a star. The Verde Valley Fair contacted me to headline in 2015, and I showed up here with my newly produced album, Once You Go Honky Tonk, and I never went back. Better hold on tight if you plan to take a ride, but don't bite off more than you can chew when there's a cougar that's on the loose. She's at the bar, dancing round the floor, wisdom that she thinks she'd never seen before. Her hunger for some love is more than she can stand. There's a cougar chasing cowboys and she's looking to make a man. So this is one of my favorite songs of my own, kind of an old-time cowboy song. It's called When Country Songs Come True. Obsessed about music, and I wrote 70 songs throughout my 20s and into my early 30s when I was living in LA. But here, since I've had this land, that's what I obsessed about. You know, this place was nothing but a tumbleweed patch when I first got it. I had to fix all the irrigation system. It all irrigates out of this big pond that's roughly 200 by 100 feet, a half acre, 16 foot deep, and it didn't hold water when I bought this place. So I've obsessed about this land. I've built all sorts of new pipe fence throughout it and a couple interior barbed wire fences. The flood comes by every couple years and washes out my bottom fence. I had to replace about 1,000 feet of barbed wire fence, not to mention rip out all the old garbage and get it out of there this year. So that's what I've obsessed about.
Seems
really.
to me that this is a property that would inspire some music writing. Is that true or?
You know, if I could,
Or does it keep you too busy?
yeah, yeah. It's funny. That's a long story. I could. I've been encouraged, I guess, to write different types of songs. You know, my mom told me years ago, son, you should write a happy song. Like, okay, well, I think I shine. I have a knack for being dramatic, and so the sad songs are the ones that typically come out. Oh, you know, when the one that I love left, my tune sure changed a lot. And there ain't a fancy lead, you hurt but you don't leave. Last note makes its ring, you can leave. It's not one you dance to, because you are too blue. Looking back, guess I was naive, thinking one man's love was all too hard to need. But who's to blame? Her or I? Nothing to blame. Once love is died. You know, I wrote a song, Arizona Mountain Man. That was all about like being out in the woods and stuff. That was when I was longing to be in the mountains, because I had moved to Fort Worth, Texas, and had seen nothing but flat for 5 or 6 months, you know. I think, yeah, like I said, I'm not a good multitasker. I've obsessed about keeping my trees alive or planting new trees. We planted an orchard, these peach trees last year. And then here a couple weeks ago, I planted apples and plums and apricots all around the other side of the house. So, yeah, there just hadn't been time to write anything. Holding on can make things worse. Loving hard can be a curse. Mistakes were made, but cut the ties and no one to blame. Once love has died. Here's kind of an upbeat, sad one that I wrote years ago that most of you guys maybe had not heard. How's it go? I have been told to write a song, one about love, how it's not wrong. But I find it hard to articulate about something I've grown to hate, 'cause love is dead and gone. You may not agree, but equally that's wrong. It's just a dream. I'll admit, when two hearts meet at first, everything's fine. When it's done, you'll have regrets, but you can't turn back time. Time was wasted and money spent, anger hurt to the core. If love was a girl, I guess she'd be a dirty whore. 'Cause love is dead and gone.
as strong as just a dream. Years ago, the line was somewhere in the Lone Star State. Laws and modern ways are posted to different shade. Rules and they broke down, getting you passed through the eight. Some conduct his nails cannot be hammered with fingers, so be careful if you cross it. In case you didn't know, there's a place inside of every cowboy soul where the West lives on. You'll find it where there's calloused hands and creepy only. Love and trust, manners a must, things that don't come cheap. Gratitude, vengeance, and do the place you'll find it all. Where the West lives on. Just like a summer storm, clouds are drifting in the sky. Admire all their beauty, their mysteries inside. Giant fires by magic men built to grow some grain. Provoke that which I speak of, you'll see lightning mixed with rain. And be careful if you cross it, in case you didn't know. There's a place inside of every cowboy soul where the West lives on. You find it where there's callous hands and creepy only. Love and trust, manners must, things that don't come cheap. Gratitude, vengeance, and do the place you'll find it all. Where the West lives on.
So I quit drinking, but it took 3 months, 3 solid months of not one drop of alcohol until my voice cleared up. And now occasionally I can have something, but if I try to drink 2 or 3 days in a row, even just small amounts, that I will feel the effects of the alcohol. So now I'm a sober musician, which is no fun at all. I got this guitar for high school graduation / 18th birthday / Christmas in my senior year. It's a Martin D35, and it's seen some better days. It's been beat to hell on the road with me, dropped at rodeos into the gravel. It doesn't play the best, but it's all I got right now. Quit school, went to work for the family. Got to work there with my little bro. Couldn't have been much more happy, and then we found out it would all be so. And how could you tear all the things that I care about and and not like this grudge I hold. And how could you take all the things that were great to me? I hope it was worth your soul. You poor rich people must know you all will go. It's a shame to get old. You seem to like even forget lyrics to your own song. Heard you say that you are a Christian. Go to church every Sunday or so. Just 'cause God uses your contribution, don't change the place you all will go. How could you tear all the things that I care about and not like this grudge I hold? How could you take all the things that were great to me? I hope it was worth your soul. You poor rich people must know you all will go.